Hello students, my name is G.V. Satyanarayana. I am from Sri Siddheshwara PU College, the team IIT and Medical Academy, Davangere. In this session, I am going to discuss KSET 2020 Biology paper. So this code is, the paper code is, you can see the paper code is B and the version code is D1. Version code is D1. So this paper I am going to discuss. So according to this paper, you can check your answers, what you have written in your paper, right? So first question in this paper is, identify the cells representing P, Q, R in the schematic representation of oogenesis. In the schematic representation of oogenesis, we can see the schematic representation of oogenesis, schematic representation of oogenesis. In the schematic representation of oogenesis, this question, first one is what we have to see, this is oogonia, this is oogonia. Oogonia undergoes many divisions, many mitosis divisions. Oogonia undergoes many mitosis divisions and later they grow in size, then it is called as primary oocyte. Then it is called primary oocyte. Primary oocyte. So this is primary oocyte. And next one, after that primary oocyte undergoes first meiosis division and this is first meiosis division. After this first meiosis division, it forms one first polar body. It forms first polar body and secondary oocyte. This is secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte also further undergoes secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte also further undergoes and another meiosis division. This is second polar body will form second polar body and oocyte will form. So this oocyte later converts into ovum. This oocyte later converts into ovum. This is the schematic representation of oogenesis. In this question paper, what they have given here in this place, what they have given is P they have given, and in this place primary oocyte in the place what they have given, Q they have given, and secondary in the place of secondary oocyte what they have given is R, and in the place of oocyte what they have given, in the place of oocyte what they have given is S. But oocyte option they have not given, but instead of oocyte what they have given is ovum, no problem. Oocyte only modified into ovum, so that see we can see this is oocyte forms later ovum. So in this place, in the place of oogonia they have given P, in the place of primary oocyte they have given Q, in the place of secondary oocyte they have given R, in the place of oocyte they have given S, and finally instead of oocyte they have given ovum. So that so P indicates oogonia and Q indicates primary oocyte, and second one is R indicates secondary oocyte and S indicates ovum. As per this option is D. As per this question, this option is D. P indicates oogonia, Q indicates primary oocyte, R indicates secondary oocyte, S indicates ovum. So that is first question option. The second question, when the fallopian tube is blocked at ampullary region. Now you can see fallopian tube is blocked at ampullary region. Now let us see this. This is fallopian tube. Now we can see this is fallopian tube and these are see these are called, this is this part is from here ovum and this part is called as ampulla. This part is called ampulla and this part is called isthmus. This part is called isthmus and this part is called infundibulum. This part is called infundibulum. So in the infundibulum. So now these are called fimbriae. These finger-like structures are called fimbriae. So through the fimbriae, the ovum enters here. So the ovum enters from here. When this ampular region is blocked with some reason, then what will happen? The ovum cannot move from infundibulum to isthmus. The ovum cannot move from infundibulum to isthmus because ampular region is blocked. What the question is, if some reason the fallopian tube is blocked, when the fallopian tube is blocked at ampullary region, the ovum fails to move from infundibulum to isthmus. Infundibulum to the ovum. If the ampullary region blocked, then the ovum fail to reach from infundibulum to isthmus. So this is option. Infundibulum to isthmus is option. Next one, that is D option here also. Choose the correct statement regarding the gift, GIFT gift. So generally GFT gift full form is gamete intrafallopian transfer. GFT gift full form is gift full form is gamete intrafallopian tube transfer. So this is gamete intrafallopian transfer. Gamete intrafallopian transfer. Now you can see this. So gamete intrafallopian tube transfer. So this transfer is to be done in the female. This transfer to be done in the female. Those who are not able to produce a ovum. If the female cannot produce a ovum, but she can produce what type of conditions? For fertilization process, all the favorable conditions are there. But ovum is not produced in the female. Ovum she cannot produce. A female in this condition, you can see, gift is to be done in the females. Those who are able to produce ovum, those who cannot produce ovum, but provide all the conditions for fertilization. They can provide all the conditions for fertilization. So this type of females, gift is to be done. In the gift, what will happen? So she is not able to produce ovum, so that ovum from a healthy donor is to be taken, and it has to be transformed in fallopian tube, because this is gamete. Here two options they are given. There is a confusion. Two options. One option is ova collected from the female donor and transferred to the fallopian tube to facilitate zygote formation. Ova collected from the female donor are transferred to the fallopian tube to facilitate zygote formation. That is right option. Okay. Some people may ask, ova are collected from the female donor and are transferred to the uterus of the recipient. Why uterus it should not be transferred? Because the ovum still need to be fertilized. Where the fertilization occurs? Fertilization occurs in the place of fallopian tube. So that the ovum need to be transferred into a fallopian tube only. So that what we have given, what they have given, GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer, fallopian transfer. It has to be transferred into fallopian tube only. That is gamete intrafallopian transfer. Next, third question is, which of the following character was not studied by the Mendel pea plant? Easy. So what are the characters Mendel studied? Stem, related to stem, height, yes, stem height, and related to seed coat color and shape, seed coat color and shape he has taken. And next one is fruit he has taken color and as well as, related to fruit he has taken color and as well as shape. And related to flowering what he has taken, terminal or axial. In this, now totally 7 pairs of contrasting characters are there. You can see these are, okay. So seed coat color, shape and terminal axial. This is flower. Related to flower, what he has taken color as well as position of the flower. These are the total characters he has taken. Mendel taken these total characters. Stem related he has taken height, and seed coat color and seed coat shape he has taken, and fruit color and fruit shape. That is only what we will say pod color and pod shape he has taken, right? The next one is fruit color and fruit shape. Fruit color and fruit shape he has taken, and flower related color he has taken and position he has taken, but leaf position he has not taken. So that the option is leaf shape or leaf position he has not taken. That is the character which was not taken by Mendel. So here answer is leaf shape is not taken by Mendel. Next one, which of the following contraceptive could be effective in avoiding pregnancy? Within 72 hours after fertilization. Which of the following contraceptive could be effective in avoiding pregnancy if used within 72 hours after fertilization? So this question is related to pills. Generally pills after 72 hours of fertilization if we take, if the pills are taken within 72 hours after fertilization, then they can avoid pregnancy. That we have studied. Okay. So then here pill related what they have given, first option they have given is androgen. So androgen is not related to contraception. Next one is testosterone. Testosterone is also male reproductive organ, male sex organ. Male sex hormone. Next one is relaxin. Relaxin is oocyte oxytocin combination. Relaxin is also a hormone which is released by ovary during the time of contraction of uterus. So that is relaxin is also produced by relaxin is also not come to this, right? So next one is progesterone. Progesterone in estrogen combination. Progesterone and estrogen combination. This is answer. Progesterone and estrogen combination pills are to be taken. So this is answer for this question. This is answer for this question. Which of the following contraceptive could be effective? That is estrogen and progesterone. Next one is a pure breeding. This question is pure breeding. A pure breeding pea plant is with round yellow seeds. Round yellow seeds means capital R, capital Y. I is crossed with green and winkle plant. So then in the F1 generation what will happen? Capital R, small y will form. This is F1 plant. When F1 plant is self-pollinated, F1 plant self-pollinated, what will happen? Totally how many plants they are produced? Self-pollinated. He is telling that 64 plants are produced in F2 generation. When F1 plant is self-pollinated, in F2 generation 64 plants are produced, he is telling. Okay, the question is, when the round yellow seeded plant is crossed with wrinkle green plants, then in F1 generation is crossed with F1 generation is self-pollinated, then what will happen? In the F2 generation 64 plants are produced. Then how many are non-parental combinations he has given? Non-parental combinations. Now you can see this 9:3:3:1. This is the ratio will come. This ratio is totally 16. Right? Clear or not? So 9:3:3:1, totally 16 here. In this 16, 9 is parent and 1 is parent. 10 out of 16 is parent and 6 out of 16 is parent. When 16 plants are produced. But he is telling here 64 plants are produced. So that into 4 we have to write, that's all. Into 4. 10 out of 16 means into 4 equal to 10 by means what? 40 out of 64. And this is into 4. 24 out of 64. This is answer. 24 out of 64. This is answer, right? Clear or not? So that is next question. Next, a man with blood group A. A man with blood group A is marries a woman with having blood group B. Here homozygous or heterozygous they have not given. So that if for example let us consider if it is homozygous A, for example, if it is homozygous A and homozygous B, then the possible blood group in the children is only AB. Clear or not? If it is, for example, from this, when this cross we have taken like this, from this what will happen? This is only gamete. From this is only gamete. So that when it is happens, capital A and IB, this is only will form. So one blood group is only form, chance will be there. So that this option is, we cannot maximum, how many maximum number of blood groups will be formed they have given. So that this option we cannot take. Next let us take, this option is if they are heterozygous, let us consider IA and I into IB and I let us consider. Heterozygous A, heterozygous B. From here how many gametes will form? From here 2 gametes will form and from here 2 gametes will form. Clear or not? So now these gametes when they are formed IA and IB and IA and I. So this is 1 and IA, IB and I, and next one is I and I. So here AB blood group will come. This is A blood group and this is B blood group and this is O blood group. So that all the 4 types of blood groups are possible to come when a heterozygous A blood grouped female marries a heterozygous A blood grouped man marries heterozygous B blood grouped woman. This is answer. Next question is, in an organism, mutation in a single gene exhibits multiple phenotypes. Mutation in a single gene exhibits multiple phenotype expressions. So identify the underlying genetic mechanism of the above. So this is only what we have to say, pleiotropy. Pleiotropy is answer for this question. What is pleiotropy? Due to mutation, multiple symptoms or multiple phenotypic expressions. If a mutation causes to multiple phenotypic expressions, then it is called as pleiotropy. If a mutation causes to multiple phenotypic expressions, then it is known as pleiotropy. Example is phenylketonuria. So in the last CET that was given, phenylketonuria is best example for this pleiotropy. So a single mutation causes to multiple phenotypic expressions. Understood? So that is pleiotropy. Next one is, which of the following types of RNA? So which of the following type of RNA carries amino acids towards ribosome during translation? So that is tRNA. The function of tRNA is transfer of amino acids from amino acid pool to ribosome surface for the process of translation. During translation, what will happen? tRNA transfers amino acids from amino acid pool to ribosome surface. This is, answer is tRNA. Here answer is, which RNA carries amino acids to, from amino acid pool to ribosomal surface. That answer is tRNA. Next one is, in eukaryotes, the entire base sequence of gene do not appear in mature RNA because, once again let us see, in eukaryotes, the entire base sequence of a gene, for example, this is a gene is there, this is gene contains some sequence. This sequence is, when it is copied by mRNA will get complementary carries this. So this is, for example, structural gene. The structural gene is copied by mRNA complementarily. Later, mRNA undergoes process called RNA splicing. mRNA undergoes process. Actually, this is not called mRNA, hnRNA. Actually, this is also known as pro-mRNA or hnmRNA. Then RNA splicing happens. During this RNA splicing, what will happen? Introns will be removed, so that the size of mRNA will be decreased. Now you can see this is mRNA or hnRNA size, as well as same size with DNA. But after splicing, what will happen? Some of the introns will be removed. So that the size of the RNA will be decreased. Now this is called as mRNA. So mRNA does not contain all the codes here, because these genes are known as split genes. Eukaryotic genes are known as split genes. They do not contain, they contain exons and introns. So exons are coding sequences and introns are non-coding sequences. Clear or not? Eukaryotic mRNA contains exons and introns. And here these genes are, eukaryotic genes are called split genes. They contain coding and non-coding sequences. So answer is, after process, mRNA undergoes, introns are removed after processing, in which mRNA undergoes the processing, so that after that what happens? Introns are removed during the processing. So this is the process. Introns are removed during the processing is the answer, correct answer for this question. Next one is, suppose DNA samples are collected for DNA fingerprinting analysis. So these samples are less quantity than requirement. So what we have to do? Less quantity than requirement. So then what will happen? By using a PCR, polymerase chain reactions, multiple copies of genes we can produce, or by using a cloning. So this is PCR, through PCR. So we can produce cloning, we can do. So that from the same copy of DNA, we can copy multiple copies of DNA. This is only what we can say polymerase chain reactions. Polymerase chain multiple number of copies. So for example, 30 cycles, for example, one DNA strand is given. Within the 30 cycles of PCR, 1 billion copies will be produced. 1 billion copies will be produced. This is what we can say is PCR is the right answer for this question. Which question? Suppose DNA samples are collected for DNA fingerprinting analysis are less than the required quantity. Which of the following technique helpful to make the samples sufficient for above analysis? Above analysis. That is answer is PCR. PCR is the correct answer for that. Next one is the length of DNA helix. Length of DNA in nucleosome. Length of DNA in nucleosome. A nucleosome is nothing but octamer of nucleic acids, octamer of histone proteins, and 2 wrappings of DNA will be there in this. 2 wrappings. So total a nucleosome contains 200 base pairs of DNA. Total DNA contains 200 base pairs. A nucleosome itself contains 200 base pairs of DNA. So 2 rounds of DNA will be there, that is 200 base pairs. So answer is 200 base pairs. Clear or not? Answer is 200 base pairs. So next one is for the given sequence of DNA, the sequence what they have given is complementary mRNA we have to write. The given same sequence of DNA is given from 3'N to ATGC. They have given this is 5'N. ATGC. So this is DNA. DNA means so that thymine is present. So that what we can say this is DNA. So that what we have to write this is here what you have to write is this is 5' to 3'. In this way what will happen? UACG. UACG will be the answer. UACG will be the answer. But here it is 3' to 5'. In the transcription unit we can see this is 3' downstream and this is upstream. This is downstream. I think this is 3, 5 and this is 5, 3. So this is upstream and this is downstream. Upstream and downstream, right? So now here what we have to write here now like this. Now you see. So this is 3' and this is upstream, downstream, right? Upstream and this is downstream. So now here this is 3'. So that 5' to 3'. 5' to 3' is the answer, right? So 5' to 3' is the answer. So 13th answer is B. So here now it should be 5' to UACG. That is 5' to 3'. That is the answer, right? Clear or no? So next come to this. Next one is 14. Which among the following was the biggest land dinosaur? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex is the largest dinosaur which ever produced on the land area. Clear or no? Tyrannosaurus Rex is the biggest dinosaur. In a population of plants, some were extremely tall and remaining were extremely dwarf. No plant of the population showed intermediate height. See here, this is some are extremely tall and some are extremely short. Clear or not? Some are extremely tall and some are extremely short. No intermediate groups. So intermediate groups are not there. So this is what we can say is no intermediate groups. So no plants extremely dwarf. No plants of the population showed intermediate height. The type of operation of natural selection above is known as, this is known as stabilizing. So stabilizing means no intermediates are required. Stabilizing means no intermediates are required for this stabilizing natural selection. Stabilizing natural selection, no intermediates are required. Stabilizing selection. Clear or not? That is stabilizing. In a population plant, some were extremely tall and remaining were extremely dwarf. No plants of the population showed intermediate height. No plants of the population showed intermediate height. This type of operation of natural selection is known as stabilizing. Answer is stabilizing. When Escherichia coli cells are cultured in a medium where lactose is absent and IgN lactoperon continues to produce repressor mRNA. This is called as when Escherichia coli cells are cultured in a medium. When Escherichia coli cells are cultured in a medium where lactose is absent, then IgN of lactoperon constitute to produce repressor mRNA because it is a constitutive gene. So that is in lactoperon. Now you can see this is in a lactoperon. Piposia is there, right? P-I-P-O-Z-Y-A gene. So I gene controls O gene controls sexual genes. I gene controls O gene, but I gene cannot be controlled by anything. The gene which cannot be controlled by anything is called as constitutive gene. Constitutive gene is I gene. So constitutive gene is I gene. So here the gene which cannot be regulated or which cannot be controlled by any other is known as constitutive gene. Clear? I gene is a constitutive gene here. So next one is certain tumors are called malignant tumors because malignant tumors character is what? They are not confined by a layer. They move to other places. Okay. And next one is they show contact inhibition. So these are the characters. They are invade another areas, means they are moved to other places. So this is they move to other places, and where they move to other places, what they will do? They will contact the neighboring cells, and these cells will be turned into malignant tumors. So this is only what we can say is contact inhibition. The cells from the malignant tumors, if they move to other places where they will touch to other cells, those cells also will become into these malignant tumors. So this is what we can say is contact inhibition. Next one is, the next answer is, let us see, the transportation of neurotransmitters. Which neurotransmitter is interfered by cocaine? Cocaine interfere with dopamine. So dopamine is the answer. Cocaine interfere with dopamine. Okay. So dopamine is the answer. In the life cycle of plasmodium, fertilization takes place in the life cycle of plasmodium. Now let us see this. Plasmodium enter in the form of sporozoites. Plasmodium enter into human beings in the form of sporozoites. Then sporozoites enter to liver cells. In the liver cells, they will go to RBC. From the RBC, they will release. These are called as gametocytes. The gametocytes, right? This is in human beings over. So, up to gametocytes will form inside the human being blood, and they will release when the RBC breakdown. So, gametocytes will be taken by, this is up to this human being life cycle is over, it enter into mosquito. When the blood is sucked by mosquito, they enter into gametocytes, male and female gametocytes. Inside the mosquito stomach, fertilization happens. After fertilization, the sporozoites will form. The sporozoites will come to saliva. The sporozoites will come to saliva. From the saliva to again, the sporozoites are entered into liver human beings. So that here fertilization happens in stomach only. Fertilization happens in stomach only. Clear or not? So in the mosquito stomach only fertilization takes place. In the mosquito stomach only fertilization takes place. The answer is mosquito stomach. The answer is mosquito stomach. Injection of an antibiotic agent, snake bite. Injection of an antibody, antidote against antidose, that is, injection of an antidote against the snake bite is an example of passive immunity. See, this is called as, the injection against to snake bite is known as venom serum. Venom serum. The venom serum contains ready-made antibodies. The venom serum contains ready-made. The venom serum contains ready-made antibodies. Ready-made antibodies. The venom serum contains ready-made antibodies. So the taking ready-made antibodies is an example of passive immunity. Taking ready-made antibodies and ready-made antibodies through polyvenom serum is comes under passive immunity. It is comes under passive immunity, right? So next one is the next question is, which of the following plant tissue cannot be used as explant in tissue culture? Explant means what we can use? Any living cell we can use. Any living cell can be used as explant. Any living cell can be used as explant. Understand here? Any living cell can be used as explant in tissue culture. So here meristem is a living cell, parenchyma is a living cell, collenchyma is a living cell. But they have given sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is dead. Sclerenchyma is dead. So that it can't be used as explant. Clear? So that is next question. So answer is, which of the following plant tissue cannot be used as explant in tissue culture? In tissue culture, sclerenchyma, because it is dead cell. So as it is dead cell, we cannot use it as explant. The hybridization between naturally incompatible plants like potato and tomato can be achieved through somatic hybridization. Naturally incompatible means they are naturally incompatible plants. Incompatible means they are not belongs to same, they are not belongs to, they are incompatible. Incompatible to potato and tomato. Potato and tomato. So both can be these are potato. For example, in this potato one cell we have to take, and protoplast of potato. Protoplast of potato we can take, and protoplast of tomato we can take. Protoplast tomato, and these two protoplasts are can be hybridized by using of tissue culture. This process is called as somatic hybridization. Somatic hybridization. Clear or not? Next, somatic hybridization. Next one is, a chili plant was severely infected with chili mosaic virus. Identify the technique that helps to raise virus-free plants in the next generation from the above virus infected plants. See, generally in meristem culture is the method where disease-free plants from the diseased parents we can produce disease-free plants. From the diseased parents we can form disease-free plants. So this is by meristem culture. When the plant is diseased parent, disease-free plants we can produce by meristem culture, because the meristem free from virus and microorganisms, because the virus replication is slower than that of meristematic cells division rate. Cell division rate in meristem is faster than that of the replication of viruses. So replication of microorganisms, so that the viruses cannot be present in meristem. So that meristem culture is answer. Okay, a chili plant was severely infected with chili mosaic virus. Identify the technique that helps to virus-free plants to produce. Identify the technique that helps to raise virus-free plants in the next generation from the above virus infected plant. So, in order to produce disease-free plants from diseased parents, we need to do meristem culture. Next one is white rust resistant variety of brassica is white rust resistant Pusa swarnim. Pusa swarnim is the variety of brassica. Pusa swarnim is the variety of brassica which is resistant to white rust. And next one is resistant animals digest cellulose in their food, whereas human beings are ruminant animals can digest the cellulose in their food. Ruminant animals, they can digest cellulose in their food, whereas human beings are unable to do so. This is because of. So how ruminants can digest the cellulose? Because the ruminant digestive system is ruminant digestive system contains some specialized bacteria. Ruminant digestive system contains some specialized bacteria called methanogens. The ruminant digestive system contains specialized bacteria called as specialized bacteria called as methanogens. These methanogens are absent in. So methanogens are present here in the ruminant digestive system, absent in human digestive system. This is answer. Absent in human digestive system. So as ruminants are present in ruminant digestive system, they are helping ruminants digestive system. These methanogens are helping which process? Digestion of cellulose. But in human digestive system, methanogens are absent. So because of absence of methanogens, we cannot digest cellulose. Clear or not? So that is next one. That is answer. The next one is in C-waste treatment, secondary treatment considered as highly significant because it reduces the BOD. During secondary treatment in aerobic tanks, C-waste treatment in secondary treatment of C-waste treatment, BOD is reduced. BOD is reduced in aerobic bacteria by the affection of aerobic bacteria and mechanical agitation. In aerobic tanks, mechanical agitation and as well as mechanical agitation and aerobic bacteria are present in this place. And flocs are present. Flocs are aerobic bacteria associated with fungi and forms net-like structures, mesh-like structures called flocs. Flocs are bacteria associated with fungi and forms mesh-like structures. Flocs. These flocs are present and the flocs digest that organic matter present in that aerobic tanks. So that what happens in the aerobic tanks, BOD is greatly decreased. So this is BOD is a measure of pollution for any type of water. So that as BOD is reduced, what will happen? The water pollution also will be decreased. So this answer is the reduced BOD level of sewage. In sewage treatment, secondary treatment is considered as highly significant because it reduces the BOD level of sewage. Next one is biolistic method is suitable for gene transfer into biolistic method. So biolistic method is discovered by Stanford, and this method is tungsten and gold particles are used as bullets, and these tungsten and gold particles are coated with DNA, desirable DNA. When the trigger is pressed, it will be the high velocity particles of tungsten and gold will go and enters into where inside the cell nucleus. So this method is only suitable for only which one? Plants. So this method is biolistic method or gene gun method is suitable for only plants. Next one is in gel electrophoresis. Now let us see. In gel electrophoresis, next question. Identify the labels M and N following agarose gel electrophoresis representation. Identify the labels M and N following the agarose gel electrophoresis representation. These are called wells. They have given like this. Some of the fragments they have given like this. So they are given this as M and this is given as N. So larger fragments will move smaller distance. They have to move in this direction. So this is from cathode to anode. From cathode to anode, they have to move towards the anode. So from cathode, they will move towards the anode. M is from this, in this place, this is, M is, what you have to understand, M is larger fragment and N is smaller fragments. Next one, from the given combination of steps in PCR, identify the enzyme dependent steps. Enzyme dependent steps are two only. Denaturation for breakdown of denaturation, and next one is denaturation, and next one is extinction. These two are enzymes are required. For denaturation, breaking of hydrogen bonds, helicase is required. For extinction, what is required? For extinction, Taq polymerase enzyme is required. So annealing is only temperature related, high temperature to low temperature it will come, so that annealing happens. So that is high temperature to low temperature variations happens, and in this time only annealing only what will happen, probes will be attached to. Probes are attached to DNA based on complementary sequence. So that is not an enzymatic process. So here enzymatic process are denaturation and extinction only. Enzymatic processes are denaturation and extinction only. The next one is, nowadays the early diagnosis of disease is done by PCR. PCR is also used to early detection of polymerase chain reactions, also used to early detection of diseases. Which of the following features of plants is not helpful to adapting a desert life? Which of the following is not a feature of plants is not helpful for desert life? See here, desert life example, what they have given, presence of thick cuticle. Thick cuticle is a desert. Presence of thick cuticle is a useful for desert life. And next one is sunken stomata. Sunken stomata are also useful for desert life, because sunken stomata also reduce transpiration. And next one is presence of sunken stomata. Next one, leaves modified into spines. Leaves become into spines. This is also useful. And another one more thing is absence of trichomes. Absence of trichomes is not useful for, because trichomes function is to reduce transpiration. If trichomes are present, this is answer. Trichomes are not useful for desert life. Useful for desert life. So for desert life, this adaptation is not useful. Absence of trichomes, because trichomes are required for what? Trichomes are only required for, this is what trichomes are required for, reducing transpiration. Nowadays, the early diagnosis of bacterial and viral infections in human is possible by using of PCR. That we have discussed. Okay, so 31 also over. Next, 32. In the following equation, dN by dt, change in population density, Rn, and next one is K minus N, and next one by K. So here K is carrying capacity and number of species in a population, and R is nothing but intrinsic rate of natural increase. Here in this equation, this R is nothing but intrinsic rate of natural increase. Next one, in RNA interference, dsDNA molecule, in RNA interference, what happens? In RNA interference, dsRNA molecule prevents. See, RNA is also known as post-transcriptional gene silencing. Post-transcriptional gene silencing. So post-transcriptional gene silencing, in this, after transcription, what will happen? Has to be happen? Translation has to be happen. After transcription, translation need to be happen. So that post-transcriptional gene silencing means translation will be stopped. So that is the function of dsRNA which is used in RNA interference. So when translation is stopped, what will happen? The process is also, mRNA cannot produce any protein, right? Next one. Identify the possible link of M in the following food chain. Plant, next insect, and here given M. This M is nothing but frog. Next snake will come, right? So here the M is nothing but frog. So that is very simple question. The organism which is invaded in a bare rock is to initiate elongation, to initiate an ecological succession are known as. So bare rock, so is also known as lithosphere. That process is also known as lithosphere. On the lithosphere, a bare rock, first what will come? Lichens will come. So that lichens are known as pioneer species. So pioneer species, these are known as pioneer species. The keystone species are different. Here one more word is there. Many of you might have kept keystone species also, because keystone species means which are important for balancing the ecosystem. Those are known as keystone species. Understanding? Keystone species are which are important in an ecosystem. Which species are important to balance the ecosystem? Those species are known as keystone species. But here pioneer species, what we can say is pioneer species. Next one. The shape of pyramid given, now you can see this is given like this. This is reproductive age, and this is this is post-reproductive age. Post-reproductive age they are given 1, 2, 3, 3 stages they are given. And pre-reproductive age they have given like only 2 stages, 1, 2. So here reproductive age, this is pre-reproductive age is 1, 2, 3, and reproductive age is contained only 2 stages. So here what we can say, in future this population rate will be decline. So this is declining population. This population is declining population. This is post-reproductive age, and this is reproductive age, and this is pre-reproductive age. Pre-reproductive age is less than that of post-reproductive and reproductive age. So that what we can say, see, post-reproductive age means old people, and the reproductive age means more young age people, right? And these are children, means what we can say, before reproduction. So children are less in number, younger and old people are more in number, means in future what will happen? The population will be decline. The population number will be decline. This is what we can say is declining population. This population is known as declining population. This population is known as declining population. Next, which of the following is a wrong statement? See, simple, this question is very simple. We know already in the stratosphere good ozone is present, but what they have given, ozone is harmful to the human beings they have given. So of course we know ozone is not harmful, so this is no explanation is also required. So ozone and upper part of the atmosphere is harmful to animals given, so that is very, very useful to human beings in filtrating sunlight. Next one is, according to the Supreme Court of India, this is general knowledge question related to BS norms, but it is given in our last lesson of second year concept, that is environmental issues. So this BS 6 is given from the 1st April 2000. So very recently they have given, this is 1st April 2020 is answer. 1st April 2020, very recently they have given, during the time of lockdown. Next, which one of the following is not included under in situ conservation? In situ conservation. So in the in situ conservation, what we can say is, in situ conservation, conservation is 2 types. Conservation is 2 types. Ex situ conservation and in situ conservation. In situ means in their natural habit, and ex situ conservation means in other than the places, natural habitats. Here what we can say, wildlife sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries and national parks, and biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves will come. Biosphere reserves. So these are these 3 options are come under in situ conservation. But ex situ conservation, zoological parks, and the botanical gardens. So botanical garden comes under ex-situ conservation, means the conservation of plants and animals takes place other than their natural habitat, So that is what we can say is ex-situ conservation. Botanical garden is only example for ex-situ conservation. Botanical garden is example for ex-situ conservation. Next one is the vertebrata. Now let us see this vertebrata. Same. Now you can see this vertebrata is Anatha, Gnathostomata. Anatha means lack of jaws, lack of jawbone is known as Anatha, and Gnathostomata is nothing but with jaw. So Gnathostomata is again divided into pyses and tetrapods. Tetrapods means the animals with 4 legs. Tetrapods. So that is the answer is, so Anatha, Gnathostomata, pyses and tetrapods. Anatha, Gnathostomata, pyses and tetrapods. Match the following: phycomycetes, algal fungi. So here examples we can see. Phycomycetes is also known as Phycomycetes, algal fungi, example albugo and mucar and rhizopus will come. And next one is ascomycetes. Ascomycetes, what we can say? In ascomycetes, penicillium is given, penicillium, yes, penicillium and yeast will come in this. Penicillium, yeast and aspergillus, all these things are coming to ascomycetes. Next one is basidiomycetes, what they have given? Basidiomycetes, agaricus, these are also called as club fungi, agaricus, and I think what they have given, agaricus and Puccinia given here, Puccinia. So Puccinia is given in the bit, you can see. And next one is deuteromycetes, fungi imperfecti, deuteromycetes. So in the deuteromycete, which one is belong to deuteromycete? Trichomyphyton and alternaria given here. Alternaria is given. This is that examples of all these classes. Next one, let us go for the next one is, a student observed grass and hibiscus plants in his garden during noon. To his surprise, only leaves of grass are found rolled inwards, means they are rolled inwards. Grasses are found rolled inwards. Okay. To his surprise, only leaves of grasses were found rolled inwards. The reason could be, so grass plants are nothing but monocots. In the monocots, upper epidermis, monocot upper epidermis contains, the upper epidermis or adaxial surface. Upper epidermis or adaxial surface of monocot leaves contains some specialized cells called as motor cells, or some specialized cells called as motor cells or bulliform cells. The bulliform cells, when the absence of water is, when the lacking of water takes place, then immediately they lose the water, so that leaf will become curled. The leaf will become rolled inwards, just it becomes like a mat. When we roll the mat like that, the leaf will become like this. So that is what we can say. The answer is bulliform cells are present in monocot leaves. This is the answer. Bulliform cells are present in monocot leaves. So next, this is totally about that question. Next, come to this. Here Liliaceae family related one floral diagram they have given. Liliaceae family related floral diagram they have given. You can see this. Liliaceae related floral diagram they have given. Okay. They are Liliaceae related floral diagram. Now you can see this. Liliaceae related floral diagram they have given. In this Liliaceae, in the Liliaceae family, so this is, now you can see. Now you can see this is, here they have given I indicates, actually this is tepal, and all these things together called as perianth. What is perianth? Perianth means when calyx and corolla looking same, there is no differentiation, then it is called as perianth. Perianth is the group word, that is all together called as perianth, and the individual unity is known as tepal. When the sepal and petal there is no differentiation, then it is called as tepal. Then next one is the element whose, say this is biomolecules lesson, the element whose percentage weight is highest in both earth crust and human beings body. So this question is from biomolecules lesson. In the biomolecules, most important thing is tables. Every year in every seat in every NEET exam, compulsory one question will come from the biomolecules tables, biomolecule table. So that is, answer is oxygen. Identify the events in meiosis mediated by the enzyme recombinase crossing over. The enzyme recombinase participate in crossing over. Right, next one is, now another one more thing is also given like that diagram. So in this diagram now let us see, this is TS of cilian flagella they have given, TS of cilian flagella. In the TS of cilian flagella, if you see, TS of cilia flagella, this is central sheath and these are singlets, and these are doublets and these are singlets. Doublets 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 doublets. All these doublets are connected to central sheath with radial spokes. So answer is here radial spokes. These are the radial spoke is, this is radial spoke. With the radial spoke, the singlets are connected to the doublets are connected to central sheath. The doublets are connected to the central sheath. In the given below diagram, identify the part which connects the peripheral microtubules to central sheath. Peripheral microtubules are connected to central sheath by which one? This is what? Central sheath by this is radial spoke answer. In C4 plants, C3 plants. In C4 plant we can see like this. There are process happens in 2 cells like this. You can see. Process happens in two types of cells. The process happens in 2 types of cells. The process happens in 2 types of cells. First type of cell is now like this. So this is mesophyll cell, and this is bundle sheath cell. Here C3 cycle happens, you can see. You can check the diagram, here C3 cycle happens. So C4 cycle, CAM cycle, C3 cycle. C3 cycle is compulsory. But extra mechanism is there in C4 and CAM cycles, that's all. So in this C4 cycle, C3 cycle takes place inside bundle sheath cells. That is answer. During the citric acid cycle, the various organic acids undergo decarboxylation process. Various organelles undergo decarboxylation process. So 4 carbon compounds, 5 carbon compound and 6 carbon compounds. 6 carbon compounds are citric acid, isocitric acid, isocitric acid and oxalosuccinic acid. These are 5C carbons. One and only is alpha ketoglutaric acid. Alpha ketoglutaric acid is one and only 5 carbon compound. 4C is malic acid, succinic acid, fumaric acid and OAA. These are total compounds will come in. Total compounds, how many compounds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these number of compounds are found in where in this succinyl coenzyme A also will come, that is also 4 carbon compound, succinyl coenzyme A. So these are the compounds found in citric acid cycle. In the citric acid cycle, these are 6 carbon containing molecules, these are 4 carbon containing molecules, and this one and only is alpha ketoglutaric acid which contains 5 carbon compound. Next one is in OEC. Next example, in during the photolysis, in the deficiency of which of these elements interrupt photolysis during photosynthesis. Now you can see OEC, oxygen evolving complex is there, right? OEC, oxygen evolving complex, contains Mn and Cl. Here OEC, this OEC only takes, this OEC takes H2O and break down the H2O into 2 hydrogens plus 2 electrons plus half O2. This process is what we have to say photolysis or Hill reaction. So photolysis happens because of these two, Mn and Cl. So OEC contains manganese and chloride ions. So this OEC takes H2O and break down into 2 protons, 2 electrons and half O2. This process is called as photolysis. For this photolysis, important elements are these two, manganese and chlorides. Manganese and chlorides. Okay, manganese and chlorides. The next one is match the following. Match the following is given. What are the terms they are given? Pancreas. Pancreas enzyme contains trypsin, chymotrypsin, trypsin, chymotrypsin, trypsin and chymotrypsin. Next one is gastric gland contains pepsin. The proteolytic enzyme of gastric gland is pepsin. The proteolytic enzyme of pancreas is trypsin. And next one is small intestine. Small intestine contains or produces enterokinase. Enterokinase is released from intestinal mucosa and which is used to activate trypsin. Next one is salivary glands. Salivary glands is release ptyalin. Salivary amylase is also known as ptyalin. Salivary amylase. This is what they have given. Match the following: digestive glands and the enzyme. Digestive glands and digestive juices and their enzymes. Next one is consider the following statements. Here the 4 statements are given. Consider the following statements. The first one statement is indicating Rubisco is highly high affinity. Rubisco has high affinity to oxygen when CO2 is low. This is right statement. So we know the proof is photorespiration. When carbon dioxide concentration is less, then Rubisco undergoes photolysis reaction, we have seen already. So the photolysis reaction is because of less carbon dioxide concentration only. That was avoided by C4 plants by providing more carbon dioxide concentration to Rubisco enzyme. So they have avoided C4 plants that photorespiration. So photorespiration is because of less CO2 concentration and then Rubisco combines with oxygen. So this is right statement. When carbon dioxide concentration is less, Rubisco will have more affinity towards oxygen. Next one is the statement is Kelvin pathway occurs in the chloroplast bundle sheath cells of C4 plants. We have discussed already. Kelvin cycle occurs in bundle sheath cells of C4 plants. Bundle sheath cells of C4 plants. This statement also right. Third statement is yeast. The yeast contains, yeast will die when 13% of alcohol. But they have given is what? 7% is only given. 7% of alcohol given. So 7% of alcohol, yeast will not die. So that at 13% it will die. This is right one, but they have given like this. So this statement is wrong. And fourth statement is yeast oxygen is the final hydrogen acceptor. O2 is the final electron acceptor. That is answer. Final hydrogen acceptor they have given. Hydrogen acceptor. O2 is final hydrogen acceptor. So that is hydrogen acceptor. Instead of hydrogen acceptor, what we have to say? Final electron acceptor. So that is oxygen. So these are these two steps are. So statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 3 is wrong, and statement 4 is wrong. So this is options. Next one is which of the following is human brain Corpora quadrigemina. Corpora quadrigemina is nothing but midbrain. The midbrain is represented with corpora quadrigemina only. Midbrain is represented with corpora quadrigemina only. So that corpora quadrigemina is answer for that, right? Midbrain. A girl after attaining sexual maturity shows development of growing vaginal follicles and development of mammary glands and high pitch of voice. These changes are attributed to estrogen. Estrogen is female sex hormone which produces secondary sexual characters. Okay, and next one is, now let us see neutrophils. Neutrophils is then how much? 60 to 65 percentage. Neutrophils is 60 to 65 percentage. And next one is lymphocytes. Lymphocytes how much? Lymphocytes is 20 to 25 percentage. And next one is basophils, monocytes. Next monocytes is 6 to 8 percentage in the blood. And next one is basophils. Basophils is the least number. This is the highest number, this is the least number. So that we have to remember. This is the highest number. Basophil is 0.5 to 1 percentage, 0.5 to 1 percentage. And eosinophils, EOSINO. Eosinophils are having 2 to 3 percentage. So this is, answer is NLMAB. So this is the code for to remember. This is the highest number, this is lowest number. So lowest number is 0.5 to 1% basophil. This is percentages in blood. Okay, highest number is neutrophils, least number is the what? Least number is basophils. Next, now let us see this in this diagram. Now you can see in this diagram they have given the M is nothing but offset. This is pistia. The diagram indicates this is pistia. Pistia contains what? M is the M contains offset. The M contains offsets. Clear or not? So that is M contains offset. M is nothing but in the pistia in between two plants. It is M indicates offsets. So reproductive propagules, vegetative reproductive propagules, vegetative propagules. The vegetative propagules. Right. Next one is. The next one is. During the excavation of soil, pollen fossils were retrieved from deepest layers of the soil. These pollen grains are remained as fossils because we know already sporopollenin is present in. Sporopollenin is present in exine. Sporopollenin is present in exine. So this is it prevents decomposition of pollen grains. Now let us see. The exine of pollen grains is highly resistant to enzyme action. That is answer. Next one is in a pineapple. The gamete means nothing but N equal to 17 chromosomes. The gamete contains 17 chromosomes. Next, primary endospermic nucleus contains how many chromosomes? He is asking. 3N. 3N is 3 into 17. So that is 51 is answer. So gamete contains in an apple, chromosome number is gamete 7. Chromosome number in gametes is 7. Gamete is N haploid. So haploid number is 17 means triploid number is 51 is answer. Next one, 58. Identify the correct order of events. Now first one let us see. First what will happen? This is stigma. Pollen grains will form on stigma. Pollen grains will place on stigma like this. So these are pollen grains. So first one, deposition of pollen grains. Deposition of pollen grains on stigma. Deposition of pollen grains on the stigma. Second one, growth of pollen tube. Second one is growth of pollen tube. Second one is growth of pollen tube. So see, after that growth, pollen tube will grow, and next one pollen tube enters into ovule. So next step is entry of pollen tube into the ovule. So pollen tube enters into ovule like this through micropyle, enters into micropyle. Entry of pollen tube into ovule, and fourth one is entry of pollen tube into embryo sac. First ovule after embryo sac. First it has to enter into ovule because embryo sac is last. So that next one, release of male gametes. Releasing of male gametes in embryo sac. So these are the functions, embryo sac, clear? So these are the functions of, these are the order, this is the order, right? So deposition of pollen grain is the first pollen grains on the stigma, growth of the pollen tube, and entry of pollen tube into ovule, and next one entry of pollen tube into embryo sac, and final releasing of male gametes in embryo sac. So this is order, right? Clear or not? So this is order. Okay. Next one is match the following first month. See, we know already this is first month is heartbeat. First month heartbeat can be heard first month. Heartbeat can be heard by ultrasonic system, that is, so that is heartbeat is ultrasound scanning, we can hear in the first month only. Second month, limbs and digits, fingers and hands, legs, limbs and digits are formed in the second month only. And third month is, what will happen in the third month? Limbs and digits will form, and the next one is in the fifth month they have given. Next one, fifth month is hairs will appear on the head. Hairs and hairs on the head appear on fifth month, and in the sixth month what happens? Separation of eyelids. Separation of eyelids happens on sixth month. So this is the, okay. So first one, heartbeat can be heard in the ultrasound scanning is by first month. Then in the second month what will happen? Limbs and digits will form, and in the third month what will happen? Hairs on the head, fifth month hairs on the head can be seen, and sixth month separation of eyelids can be seen. So that is, this is the options. Next one is, the next one and last one, antipodal cells. Antipodal cells are known as vegetative cells of embryo sac. Antipodal cells are also known as vegetative cells of embryo sac, and these are haploid, but they have given diploid. Antipodal cell given diploid, that is wrong option. Okay, antipodal cell given, haploid given, right? The haploid only given here. Okay, next one is zygote given diploid. Zygote given diploid, this is also right, this is also right, this is also right. And next one is synergids. Synergids is diploid. Synergids is diploid given. This is wrong. Our correct answer is haploid. Synergids given diploid. This is correct answer. This is correct answer. Diploid is wrong. That is wrong statement. Primary endospermic nucleus. Primary endospermic nucleus is triploid. Primary endospermic nucleus is triploid. Because why primary endospermic nucleus is triploid? Because it contains, primary endospermic nucleus is formed by fusion of secondary nucleus as well as one male gamete. This is totally 60 questions we have discussed. So these 60 questions, hope you wrote well. Okay, so thank you. Bye.